Good afternoon, peeps. How are we doing? Okay, right. Just a very quick, it's not a review, just a round of what I've done so far with my Ender 3, Creality Ender 3, which I got last week. So yeah, I've had it a week and not done an awful lot of printing with it, but yeah, I'll just do a quick round here and just show you a bit of the back here. I think the microphone is a little bit rubbish on my phone at the moment, but there we go. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. So just a sort of wide angle view. Let's go down and start at the bottom. So as you can see here, just over the big adjusting bed adjusting gear knob there, you can see here there's a yellow spring. That's in all four corners, and that is I'm going to switch to more kind of close-up view. So I'll touch on my little wide-angle lens in a bit. Right, so what I did was replace these factory springs with these. So these were ordered just as I ordered the Ender 3, because I knew from reviews that it would be a good idea to replace them. They have more squish, more power on them, but not only that, the lateral, the sideways movement is also considerably stiffer, or less, if that makes sense, using a lot of technical terms here now. So yeah, and so less shake, less lateral movement, as well as keeping the distance more stable, so you don't have to constantly adjust the y-axis so on the bed, the bed leveling, so that there's no creep, or very little creep with these, as opposed to the original ones, which are not as stiff. Obviously they are factory, kind of made or made to just ship with this unit, the Ender 3, which is for what I paid for it, £130, delivered from China via the Czech Republic. Incredibly cheap, and as yeah, I've been battling with a G-Tech Prusa clone for a while, and I haven't given up on it. It's printing well, not great, but well. Right, okay. So that is upgrade number 1, the bed springs. What else have I done? I went around and tightened all the bolts. Obviously there was some assembly involved. I'm not going to go through that because there's plenty online, but I also took apart the assembly at the bottom here, the bed assembly, y-axis, tightened that up a bit as well, so there's no give or slop in any directions. In general overview, a very good build. It's very good value for money, which I'll probably be repeating through this video until you are absolutely bored. Let's move that to one side a bit. So yeah, number 2, let's take number 2, is the Bowden tube. That was also immediately replaced. So this is the standard Bowden tube, apart from the color. It's the tolerance in the Bowden tube here, which is 1.9mm, slightly stiffer, and also more temperature resistant as opposed to the original, which is not bad. This is not bad by anything, but it's slightly less tolerance, so it's 2mm on the inside as opposed to 1.9, which makes it better for flexible filament when you try to feed that through. And then what else did I do? I printed the dust cover. See if I can get a focus on that. Yeah, you can just about see the dust cover there, because the fan is open here originally, so all the dust goes down into it. this kind of covers it, and it's got a little bit of a cool design on it, so I thought that was okay. Not a terrible sort of fan on the placement of the USB Mini. I mean, who uses USB Mini these days? Anyways, and the micro SD card. So that is probably going to change at one point. Yes, you can't see the firmware here, but I upgraded that yesterday to TH3D, and that is a huge improvement in terms of adjustments that you can do whilst printing, and also brings the y-axis movement here onto the screen in 10mm increments, which is only available in 1mm increments on the original firmware. So TH3D is the way to go. Bit of a fiddle faddle to set it up if you haven't done anything with programming and Arduino, but still not super difficult. What else have we got? Cable clips, which routes the flat cable from the controller board, the MELC board inside here, through to the display. Let's see if we can get a focus on those. Something I downloaded from Thingiverse. They're right, I just added E3 on it because I could. Okay, no more reason. What else did we do? Yeah, the clips to secure the Bowden tube, so that there is no travel on this or a chance of bumping into the connector, or that there's no creep. So it just basically, because if you push that white bit down, you can then lift the Bowden tube out. That's how the connector works. But and I've got one on this one as well, as you can see. These are designed by myself. I will upload them to Thingiverse. I've seen other versions, but the first ones I tried out or to print out were certainly not beefy at all enough to withstand and I think the dimensions for some of them were slightly erroneous, but certainly, yeah, these I did try, but they snapped first of all, which I kind of suspected. But so yeah, these are the my own designs. The big knob, I love me big red knobs, I do. Oh yes. Still got some issues with first layer, which I'm sorting out. But I said this is the fourth, I think the fourth print now. But we're getting there, and compared to the speed, well, the speed that I'm printing on here, 50mm a second, compared to my old G-Tech, it's light years apart. Quality is also pretty good. Apart from, as you can see, the first layer here, there's some issues there, but that is easily sorted out. Why have I got a big red knob? Well, because on here, the extruder, I can adjust that, and you do that obviously whilst the hot end is hot, so that you don't start tearing things apart inside, and it's just easier to withdraw and feed the filament. It works really, really well, and it's a very cheap, well, free mod if you haven't got loads of filament floating around. Print it yourself, download it off Thingiverse. There's loads of various designs on knobs, gear wheels, etc., and that's great. So that's that knob has been added as an add-on. The clips for the Bowden tubes, the clips for the flat cables, and the springs haven't I covered, and the also obvious case, because it doesn't have a case at the back to cover up the electronics, which it should be covered up, not to have dust and stuff like that flying in. And yeah, what can I say? I'm just so impressed with this printer. I've learned a lot from my G-Tech Bruiser. So is this a beginner's printer? No, none of the FDMs I would consider as beginners 3D printers. The more smaller, compact, contained ones, where you don't have to do much other than feed in the filament and print simple models, are better. Probably also, I would say, don't use a heated bed in the beginning. Just start on PLA, get a cheap self-contained unit. These are really more advanced. You will learn a lot from it, and I have certainly. And if you're willing to learn, I would recommend this 110%. Well, 108.5. Okay, so I think we've gone through all the upgrades, and that's enough of my 10 minutes ramblings, and I shall see you on the next one.